Last year was a great year for Transformers. Whether you collected Masterpiece or Mainline or Legends figures, it was a great year. Lots of great releases. A lot of stuff going on. But I think 2020 is going to be better. This year is going to have a lot of wonderful, great releases. Today I'm here to talk to you about what I'm most excited for. Coming up. So first thing on my list is I'm excited to see what Transform Element's going to do with their second release. This figure has come out of nowhere and already have painted prototype. I'm sure we're going to get it this year. And I'm curious if this is going to be as good as their Prime. Will it have a bunch of die cast? How is it going to be painted? And I have a lot of confidence in this. And then it's going to be interesting to see what everybody does with their older versions, or who upgrades to it, or what. And then, of course, this is something I expected to see from Takara sometime soon, so we'll see that. Maybe they'll give guidance if they're making one of these sometime in 2020. But yes, Transform Elements Mirage is something I look forward to. I don't even know if it's got like a code name, a third-party name yet. The next thing I'm looking forward to is seeing MMC finish up their Combiner, and the reason is that I was not going to be in on this set because I felt it was too small, and I didn't care for the all-in gimmick, but I did get the Froto. I like him. And if all the rest of the figures are about the same and right in line with this guy, I think I might get the whole team. I've got a couple of more pre-ordered. We're going to see how it goes. But if I do get it for combined mode, I'm definitely going to need to pick up that upgrade kit. So it'll add a little bit of height, and I think it'll add a little aesthetic that this set needs. Really feel like they should just include these parts, but hey, that's just my opinion. While we're talking about MMC, I do want to talk about their tapes. I think everybody's really excited about their tapes. So am I, and I really think the first two we'll get is the Ramhorn and the Steeljaw. And they look great, and I like the size, and I like everything about the way these look. We haven't seen actual prototypes yet, which kind of surprises me. It's been 8 months, I think, since the reveal, maybe longer, and so I would kind of expected to see something more about this, and they just kind of got hush-hush on it. And I think it's falling into that whole category where they are too involved with their combiners. That's probably it. They're also supposed to be releasing a different color version of their Ravage or the Jaguar, which is going to be more of a Toon aesthetic, where the silver is more of a gray and the dark black is more of a dark charcoal. So I'm interested in seeing this. I probably will pick it up myself and compare it to the original and just decide which one I like more. It's such a great mold, I wouldn't mind having one on each of my main shelves. And of course, like I've said a bunch of times on this channel here, I'm looking forward to X-Transbots putting out their Virtus, or the version of their Springer. And see, here's the thing. I don't think that we need a Springer really bad because there's great options out there. But I personally skipped on the MMC version because I already have this thing bought and paid for. I feel like I'm going to like it more, and I feel like I could always probably go back and get the MMC version if it doesn't live up to the hype to me on the X-Transbots, but I have a lot of faith in this figure. So anyway, I'm looking forward to it. It looks great in all modes, and from what I've seen with some of the transformations that's come out lately from X-Transbots, it shouldn't be too crazy to transform. And it's 2020, and I'm still waiting on my Motormaster to arrive from X-Transbots. I want to get this thing built, but when my Motormaster arrives, I still can't build it. We're going to be waiting on that trailer, so I don't know how long it'll be till we get that trailer, or what, but the price on that either, I don't know. Anyhow, I want to get these Motormasters behind me and start working on other projects. It just feels like this battle's been going on, and I really feel like it's kind of getting in the way of the progress of other figures when they're working with these combiners. And there's, you got 3 of the main companies all getting tied up with combiners. Well, I guess 4 with DX9 here. And you know what? I do look forward to seeing which one I like best out of the 3 sets. And so with that, in 2020, I'm looking forward to seeing X-Transbots, DX9s getting completed. And of course, Fans Toys. Fans Toys completing both of their sets. I'm pretty sure we should see that with the speed at which they're getting these figures out. It really looks like they're putting an emphasis on combiner, and it almost kind of feels like they're doing a combiner part figure and then a non-combiner part figure, and back and forth and alternating. So I could see by the end of the year we have both of these things built, and we're all deciding which one we like the best. I know we're not going to like the price of Fans Toys the best. I mean, I haven't really been enjoying that. So out of Fans Toys, there are two figures actually I look forward to the most out of the year. The number one is this Thomas, and it's simply because we haven't really gotten a good, solid Masterpiece representation of this. We got the DX9, which functioned well, but I don't think it looked very G1 or show accurate. Maybe that's not what they were going for. We also have the Evil Star or Devil Star, which looked okay, but I never handled it, but it really was not the greatest figure from what I understand. And then, of course, we had the Fancy Cell, which looked good, but it was chug scale. I mean, I don't know why they went so small with it, but if they would have gone Masterpiece size, a lot of people would have bought in on that. That thing would have sold very well. But this is going to give us the look, and it's going to give us everything we want. With the triple changer from Fans Toys, I'm sure it's going to be quite complex. So that's just something that we're going to have to expect. But hey, we're paying the price for a great aesthetic. And I'm also looking forward to their Soundwave. So these are the top two I'm looking forward to from Fans Toys that I'm pretty sure we're going to get this year. Now, there's no guarantees on anything, but I mean, we were expecting this in 2012 and 13. But the difference with this one now is that we're not going up against Takara. We're making their own. So I'm pretty sure we will get this. And yes, the Takara one's great, but I think this one does look better. And I kind of like the look and the aesthetic of this better. And also the tapes. I just really am big into the cassettes and the tapes. So I'm really looking forward to that. And I'm hoping they're included. We'll find out. With the Fans Toys mini bots, I'm looking forward to their hunk, which is Braun. And the reason I look forward to this guy is because he looks good. I have the Final Victory, which I think looks great. I'm fine. Like, if Fans Toys never released it, I'm fine with that one. But I think this one will be that much better. It will be worth an upgrade for me, in my opinion. But the Final Victory is a nice filler. But I kind of want to spend 2020 getting rid of fillers and getting to my main representation, my definitive versions of each character. And then the next mini bot that I'm really looking forward to is the Sheridan. And the thing about Sheridan is I just really don't think there is a great option for this figure, for the Warpath out there. So what there is Bad Cubes, which I think is way too big and bulky and complex, which I'm pretty sure Fans Toys will be complex, but for what it is, it's just too big, too bulky, and the end result, you're paying the price for the transformation, but you're not getting, in my opinion, out of it what you should be getting out of such a complex transformation. Also, looking at the Final Victory one is okay, but I think this one is a bigger step up than like the Final Victory Braun step up. So I think that this one looks a lot better, but then of course people argue that he's like a little bit too thin. And so, I mean, I could kind of see that argument, but I do like it. I like the way it looks, and I really hope it has a nice sheen to it. But, I mean, we've all talked about that matte finish versus the metallic. And although I am perfectly happy with the X-Transbots Arcos, that I still am interested in seeing how Fans Toys work this whole thing out, how this thing transforms. I'm curious. I'm not going to lie. It's just I want to get my hands on it and fiddle with it because it looks good. It looks pretty tuned. It's clean. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to that also, even though I really don't feel like I need all of these upgrades. And it might be wishful thinking, but see, I feel like we are going to get their Blitzkrieg or whatever they're calling it, the Blitzwing. I think we're going to get it this year because looks like they have gotten the prototype a lot further along, and that gives me some confidence in it. Plus, there's some talk about it, and they're showing the figure a lot. And of course, there's pre-orders everywhere for it. So all of those things make me think that it is coming out. So I'm really interested in it and looking at it. But on the flip side, my KFC looks great where he is. So it's not like an urgency for me. But it's an urgency for a lot of people out there that say in my comments. And we're going to get into the, not sure if it's coming in 2020, but I hope it does, section of Fans Toys. I really hope Cerebros comes out by the end of 2020. And the reason for that is because I kind of want to see how big the head is, how it scales, of course, match it up to my picture that I made. But I'm really interested in this figure and this character, and I want to see a little bit more of the Headmaster stuff come along. I just want to see Fans Toys do this, and this project to become a reality is just kind of mind-blowing, so I'd like to see the first step sometime this year. Sadly, I feel it's probably going to be next year, 2021. And I kind of look forward to seeing what they do with the Trailbreaker, but I haven't seen any color pictures of Trailbreaker whatsoever, so it makes me start to wonder, is this thing going to get made this year? Or is this going to be pushed off yet another year? So many people have said, I'm going to wait for the Fans Toys for this character, for this figure, and it's been a long time. We're up to like 3 years. So the fact that it's been so long makes me think that they probably will put it out this year, but the fact that I haven't seen any color pictures and they haven't had a test shot anywhere starts to make me doubt it a little bit. And the figure that you just don't hear anything about anymore is Chomp, and I would like to see them dial out the rest of their Headmaster bots. I mean, right along with Cerebros, he should come out. Let's get it. Let's move it along, and let's get something completed. Some little segment of the Headmasters completed. Be definitely worth it if they do that. So moving on from Fans Toys, because of course they have a whole lot of great stuff. Looking at their Headmasters, like we were looking at Fans Toys Headmasters, I really don't know what happened to their Headmasters with their Highbrow and their Brainstorm that are supposed to be coming out and should have come out last year, 2020. I'm starting to worry about this company because they're not putting out the figures that we've been expecting them to put out. I want to, hey, at least finish this set. I mean, come on. They know it's going to sell, so why not? People want this. Why not? They've done great with the first two. Why not give us the last two? We could use this. It would be great, and everybody be excited. But what is shipping now is the Make Toys in-game Durgeon. So we can call this a 2019 release because it was at the end of the year, but for a lot of people, they won't even get their hands on it till, well, past today. They will get it sometime in 2020. But past that, we have their booster, which is Ramjet. And I've got a pre-order and it shows Z4. So if you're in on these, get your pre-orders in, because there's a kind of a challenge here with Make Toys. And a lot of concern how much longer they're even going to keep making figures. Because they haven't put out a lot of the stuff they've promised. I don't really know what's going on behind the scenes with them, but I see that this is their Jetstream Thrust. The Coneheads, I think that they're going to be great, and I do have their Starscream. I didn't get in on their other two Seekers. I would probably get them if they reissue them, but you know what? It's starting to be a concern that they're not going to reissue those anymore. I know Make Toys reissued their Downbeat a couple of times. They've reissued a few things, but just them getting out these Coneheads would be great. And then past that, if I don't jump on them right now, I'm worried that I may never get an opportunity to buy them again. So yes, looking forward to some stuff from Make Toys this year. Also, Iron Trans is coming out with a Star Saber. Now, I've never been super duper into Star Saber and the whole Japanese continuity, but I do think it's a cool looking character, and the features that it has, the way it breaks down into a little jet, and then the Brainmaster and all of that stuff that goes on with this guy, and then the light that, what's the name? I'm not sure the name of that, but it connects. It's like a lion, and it connects to him and breaks into parts and pieces and stuff. That is interesting, and I think that Iron Trans is going to integrate all that, and it's all going to come, and I'm curious how much this thing's going to cost, but I think it looks great. And since I'm not super tied to the media, I actually find myself liking the stylized better than the toon. And I'm starting to understand why people prefer stylized G1 figures over the actual G1. Those are the people that probably didn't grow up watching the cartoon and didn't watch the G1 cartoon, so they like the stylized better just because it's a little bit different, a little bit more of a modern take. And I'm not super duper into Beast Wars, but I am keeping up with a few things. And this Zhang Zing, I hope I'm saying it right, but most people say just call it JX. And they're the ones that made the Red Dragon, the Megatron, the big Red Dragon, which is an amazing looking figure. I look forward to their Tiger Track just to see what their second figure comes out to be. I personally was wanting their Silver Bolt. Can I screw up both those names? Okay, but anyway, the Silver Bolt, I was really kind of hoping that maybe they could do some sort of remolding or working to bring it out. But hey, I'm on board with this guy. And if they do a Silver Bolt, that'd be great. Maybe they will, maybe they won't. Guys. So I am looking forward to a few things. I am looking forward to Magic Square's Megatron, Soundwave, the cassettes, and the Reflector. So all those I've got on pre-order, and I plan on getting... Well, actually, I don't think there's pre-orders up yet for Soundwave. But anyway, I'm not in on the Seekers from all of these because I have a good set of Seekers, and I'm not wanting to trade up Seekers, but of course I'm Seekered out a bit. Magic Square, rather. Magic Square... Look at this Soundwave. This Soundwave looks beautiful. I just think they're going to do a phenomenal job with all of these. And I'm really pleased with the work they've done in the past. I'm hoping, from what it looks like they're going to be doing some little bit better plastic or more plastic that I prefer. So I'm looking forward to seeing that in 2020, hopefully. New Age has a handful of things coming out this year that I'm looking forward to, but they're Brawn. And yes, it's quite obvious there is a Masterpiece Brawn from Fans Toys. There is the Legends scale Brawn you're getting from New Age. And those, I'm looking forward to both of them. I just think that the representation of the Brawn in the Legends scale, it hasn't been met yet. And New Age has been doing some great work, so I'm really looking forward to that figure for them. And of course, I'm interested in seeing what Takara announces, what they're working on in the future, what else is coming out. I know that we all have our own ideas, but until they officially announce anything, we actually don't know what Takara is working on. We have some speculation. But anyway, let me know what you think. Is there anything out there you're looking forward to more than the things I talked to on this list? Is there anything on this list that you're not looking forward to at all? Hey, let me know down below. Like, subscribe. Titanium Hanger, out.